Welcome back to OpenLine. Talking with our Program Director, Mark Binda, about the CBS Fall Lineup. And there's some very interesting shows. I mean, I've enjoyed talking about Magnum PI, Murphy Brown, but now we're getting into some shows maybe, well, that haven't aired in the past. FBI. So let's talk about that one. What is FBI? Okay, FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Obviously, actually, this is not a reboot of the show, but when I was a kid, there was a show called FBI on ABC Sunday nights with, I can't remember who was in it, Efren Zimbalist Jr. But this has nothing to do with that. It comes from Dick Wolf, and Dick Wolf is the master producer for NBC these days. I mean, he's done Law & Order, all the Law & Order franchises. You see that all the time, yeah, Dick Wolf after Law & Order.
Chicago, all the Chicago shows, so, you know, Chicago PD, Chicago Med, Chicago Legal, Chicago Dogcatcher, you know, there's... In fact, I think NBC is going to have them all on one night this coming season. But this is the first show he's doing for CBS since like the 1990s. So we're really excited to have him in our corner. It's the FBI. Now, obviously, FBI has been in the news a lot. Much maligned FBI because of some of the justice investigations going on. This is, though, really trying to get into the trenches of what the normal FBI guys are doing day in and day out in New York. And this is set in New York City. Where, you know, Dick Wolf, most of his Law & Orders are set there, obviously.
So it gives us a chance to maybe have one of these kind of police-type dramas where they solve a crime.
The two leads are kind of are not very familiar to me. The lead actress, Missy Peregrine, has been in a show called Rookie Blue, which ran on ABC for a couple of years. Some of the back characters are a little more familiar. Jeremy Sisto was on Law & Order for a number of years. Celia Ward was on CSI New York for a number of years. So those faces you may recognize.
Well, why don't we take a look? So we'll take a look here, a couple minutes of FBI, which will be coming up this fall.
The job doesn't stop, so I don't. Eventually you outrun it.
I'm Agent Bell, and this is my partner, Agent Zidane.
What happened?
Single explosion right in the corner of the building.
Nails, BBs, any kind of shrapnel?
You guys been catching chatter about terrorists in the South Bronx?
We get lone wolves everywhere now. We have to consider it.
What time was the explosion? Exactly.
Reports picket at 4:03.
It's 9 minutes ago. We need every emergency vehicle headed here stopped outside the perimeter. Evacuate this building.
No. My boys are in there. He's right inside, and he knows not to open the door for anyone.
Listen, I know every instinct is telling you to go in there, but you just...
Two bombs, they both went boom, which means whoever we're looking for knows what they're doing.
I just shut down half the city, and I can't open it up until we know it's safe. You two own this case.
This is war.
You should have let me die in there.
War. This is war.
You know who lived there?
Scumbag drug dealer.
Street gangs usually play with guns, not bombs. This would be a pretty serious escalation.
What do we got?
6 grenades on a chain, cell phone trigger. How much information can you pull out of that?
Maybe everything. But the Bureau likes the lab at Quantico to do it.
How good are you?
I taught the guys at Quantico.
Then go for it. If we unwind this before anything else explodes, who's going to complain?
I will. You're no longer working undercover, making your own rules. You're working for the FBI now, and for me. Now do it.
A 7-year-old boy died today. His mother blames me.
How are you dealing with this? Swallowing hard isn't a plan. Just saying if I can help.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Thank you.
The phone our bomb maker used as a trigger, I knew we'd seen once before. We got close to tying that attack to Robert Lawrence. The guy's a Nazi.
What's Lawrence get out of this?
He starts a race war.
I'm not a Nazi.
You prefer white nationalists?
I prefer Americanist.
Let's go back to talking about bombings on synagogues and minority communities.
Is our conversation too difficult for you to follow, Agent Zidane? Or maybe you and your partner can't handle uncomfortable truths.
You have enough to arrest him?
Legally? vehicle. We still need to get there, but I know it's him.
This is security footage from the rec center.
That kid put a bomb in that building.
Tell us everything we want to know about Lawrence's involvement.
Tell me exactly who gave you that bomb.
Never had a chance, did he?
Nope.
Lawrence has one more bomb.
A lot of people made it out of that building because of you. That matters.
He's gonna hit the summit.
Kristen is there.
The bomb is there. Clear the hall.
It's a cell phone trigger.
I think I'd like to call my lawyer.
Hello? Hello?
Turns out you're the one that can't handle uncomfortable truths.
This is
Wow, that's pretty intense.
A little heavy for September 11th, obviously,
Yeah.
I think.
But that looks, it looks like we almost saw the first episode there, right?
Yeah, you basically
Or
saw
is it gonna, that's gonna be an ongoing thing, or you feel like that's pretty much the first episode and then we'll see shows like that? Or
I think that's the first episode. I think it's just going back to what Dick Wolf does well, is, you know, the self-contained episodes. Now, there may be, again, something in the backstory of each character that kind of carries over, but this will be Tuesday nights. Great lineup. NCIS back again, leading off the night, 7 o'clock. As sorry as I am to see Big Bang Theory leave, the day Mark Harmon decides he doesn't want to do it anymore, I will really be sad. Because that show has launched 100 different shows behind it. It'll be NCIS at 7, FBI at 8, and then ending with NCIS New Orleans at 9 o'clock. So the next question may be, well, what happens to The Bull, which is Tuesdays at 8? That'll be Monday nights at 9. And FBI debuts September 25th.
that is pretty intense. That looks good.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to God Friended Me.
Yeah.
Is that's going to be lighter?
God Friended Me is lighter, but it'll be, you know, yes and no. I mean, if you remember, maybe you weren't a fan. I was Touched by an Angel in the 90s, early 2000s. That was light, but it made you cry a lot. There were some tearjerker episodes of Touched by an Angel. So think Touched by an Angel with social media is the best way I can describe this show. It's going to be Sunday nights. It's going to be that exact same Touched by an Angel time period. Now, again, I realize there's a generation that's grown up that doesn't even know what Touched by an Angel is. But it's that Sunday night time period after 60 minutes. So it's a great time slot. It'll get a lot of promotion in football during the day. I don't want to say too much, so why don't we take a look at the clip?
Yeah, we'll take a look at maybe at least part of it. So this is the trailer or whatever, the preview for Touched by an Angel.
Touched by
Facebook.
If I told you that God sent me a message, you would think I was insane.
Holy.
Hey, damn kids! You come around here again, I'll call the police! God Friended Me is about a young atheist named Miles who finds his way back to spirituality. You getting ready for Sunday?
I'm a man of the cloth. He's an atheist. That's really the conflict in our relationship.
What? Then all of a sudden he starts getting friended by God and it's like, whoa, everything that I believe is now being tested.
This isn't just about you. They sent you my name too. Kara is driven to figure out what's going on, especially with the God account and what's happening with Miles. You want to figure out who's screwing with you. I'm a journalist. I know how to find people.
It becomes clear to him that there's something going on here, and he is sort of thrown into this adventure.
Who's John Doe?
These suggestions are people that need him.
Hey, somebody shut the gun! Are you okay? I think you just saved my life.
We need to figure out who's behind this.
This can't be right. Predictive analytics, the God accounts, the type of AI used to determine the outcome of events. I really think you saved this guy.
It's a show about love and respect and unity, and those are all themes that we all aspire to have.
You believe in God? You either believe or you don't.
Or you recognize that there's something greater at work here. Otherwise, life just seems kind of pointless.
I like her.
That old saying that, everyone talks to God, but if you tell someone God has talked to you, they think you're crazy.
Not that I think it's God, but in these crazy times we live in, we owe it to ourselves to open our minds to a new way of seeing the world.
That's not quite what I expected, but I like that.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I mean, you know, in each episode, God, whoever the Facebook God is, suggests somebody he should befriend, and so you saw when he rescued that guy from the subway. Later on in that episode, this guy comes back and does something heroic, and if not for him saving him from the subway, he would have been dead. And so it's sort of like, you know, It's a Wonderful Life in that sense. So
we could all use a little uplifting. That sounds like that's what.
The one actor people will recognize is Joe Morton, who plays his father and he was so good in Scandal these last few years as Papa Pope. He's a great actor.
Mm-hmm. And so that'll be Sunday nights.
Sunday nights.
So we're watching football, and then we'll see little teasers for that, and then we'll watch that Sunday night.
Yeah, right after 60 Minutes. It'll be Sunday nights, debuts on September the 30th.
All right, that's great. All right, we'll take a break. Be back right after this.